Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the new Space Marine Codex. As always, someone suggested I use my smallest knife to open this package, so here we go. Now there are a few other things in this package, of which there will be separate videos on, coming out all through today. So first we've got the Space Marine Primaris aggressors. We've got the Redemptor Dreadnought. We've got the Primaris Reavers. And we've got the Codex itself. Now it's important for me to stress that I wasn't sent all of these things for free. I purchased them with my own money, so there's no backstage special favours or anything like that. I think sometimes it's important to get that perspective that there are a few YouTubers that spend their money on these products to give you videos. So without further ado, let's unravel this. Okay, so this codex will set you back £30. It's a hardback, which is great. I'm so pleased that they've made this in a hardback. Just changed the camera angle slightly to give you a better view. On the back, you've got a mixture of the Primaris, the aggressors, the Reavers, Apothecary, Captain, Inceptors, and so on. So this is the front cover. Lovely artwork there. And this book, just got to say, it is 208 pages. It's a big, hefty codex. And this is the main reason why I held back on getting all of the codex books for £15 each. I'd rather just wait and get the codexes for my specific armies than have to sort of double dip, because I think there's a few of the units in here that weren't in the index books. So, and plus I much prefer having the fluff and the hardback format as well. So gives you a huge sort of backstory, making of Space Marine, chapter organisation. This is the new thing at the moment, this Cicatrix Maledictum. Gives you a history and the Indomitus Crusade from Gilliman. Fair bit about the Ultramarines, the Ultramar subsector. You've got the different systems. And then the second company. And some successor chapters. That's mine right there, in case you were wondering. Black Consoles, they're sort of loosely based on them. I mean, they started off as a sort of completely made up chapter, but more and more they're looking a lot like Black Consoles. White Scars, Imperial Fists, Hammers of Dawn. I like that. I like the black and the orange. Very nice. Crimson Fists, Black Templars, Salamanders. Then you've even got a chapter organisation for them. Raven Guard. Successor chapters of Raven Guard. Iron Hands. Successor chapters. Unknown Foundings. Excellent piece of artwork with Mortarion there and his scythe called Silence. And then you've got Gilliman I'm assuming that's Felix. Could be any captain with Gravis armour. Commanders, librarians, chaplains. So that just looks like a standard Space Marine, like the old style, but that's definitely Primaris. Primaris chaplain, Primaris apothecary. And then you've got the honour guard for Gilliman. Company command, so again that's another Primaris. More. So there's a huge focus, again, Reavers, but then you've got Assault Marines and Centurions, Bikers, Land Speeders, Fire Support with the Hellblasters and Devastators. That looked like the same piece of artwork there, but it's not. Siege Centurion and a Devastator one. Veteran squads, Terminator squads, Dreadnoughts, Redemptor Dreadnought, Scouts, Tech Marines, Transport, and then you've got the Repulsors, Battle Tanks. So there's a huge array of information here on all the different types of units for the Space Marines. An excellent cutaway of the Land Raider, and then some assault craft, gunship, Storm Raven, and the Storm Hawk. Bit about Robert Gilliman, bit about Marneus Calgar, Chief Librarian, Cassius. So you've got all of the characters now completely separate from their rules and data sheets. They're all separate, so you can go back and read a bit about them. Champions of Humanity. So here's that picture that was the Games Workshop put up on their website, and then you've got the champions. So you've got the captain, chaplain, apothecary, and librarian. And then you've got this, which I think I went through a little bit in last week's video, where you've got the Reavers and the Aggressors and the Inceptors, so on. Got a picture of the Repulsor and the Redemptor. You've got White Scar's army, Imperial Fist's army. Yeah, lots of great pictures, lots of information. I'm not even at the rules yet. So Strike Force musters. So you've got a Strike Force here. Consists of a mixture of Primaris and standard Space Marines. And then you go straight into the data sheets, and what they've done is they've split them up, so you don't just get, you know, one on each page. Starts off with Marneus Calgar, Tigurius, Cassius, Sicarius, Telion, and so on. For some reason they've put Rabute Gilliman right at the back, for some reason, but in my opinion he should be right at the front. Maybe have his own page at the front and then follow up with Marneus Calgar, seeing as he is the Imperial Regent, the Avenging Sun, and all the rest of it. So these are all the data sheets and things, all the special characters. Quite a few pages of special characters now. So you've got Captain in Cataphractii armour, just normal Captain, Primaris Captain, Captain on bike, Captain in Gravis armour, Librarian, Primaris Librarian. Primaris just normally have more wounds and more attacks. Slightly different weapons, sometimes better weapons. Librarian in Terminator armour, Chaplain in Terminator armour. Then we've got the Chaplain, Primaris Chaplain. Again, more attacks, more wounds. Primaris Chaplain's got 5 wounds now. I remember when a normal Chaplain had like 2 wounds. So yeah, it's a bit of a change. I mean, in my review I'll be comparing it to the previous Space Marine codex, which came out 2 years ago. Tech Marine, no Primaris Tech Marine. Don't know why that is. Lieutenants, Primaris lieutenants, tactical squads, intercessor squads. It's important to note that intercessor squads can be combat squadded, if that makes sense. So you have 10 models, split them into 2 units, each containing 5. Then you've got Scout Squad, Crusaders, Primaris Ancient, Chapter Ancient, Chapter Champion, Honor Guard, Company Ancient. Again, I mean, they'll probably for the next codex in 2 or 3 years, they'll probably have it where there'll be a picture of the unit. But to me, I'm just not a big fan at all of having the rules just like that. I'd much rather have a picture of the unit or the model and then the rules. They've got the space to do it, but yeah, that's just my take on it. I'd much rather have chapter champion and then an example of a chapter champion, because otherwise you could actually just pick any Space Marine and go, yep, that's my chapter champion, which is fine. But you know, similarly to the apothecaries and the Primaris apothecary, you could just pick a normal Primaris Space Marine, paint in white. There's my Primaris apothecary. But that's just my take on it. I much prefer it if there's a picture or artwork of that unit. All of the data sheets thrown into this section of the book, which is no different than grabbing the index and copy and paste it and putting it into here. Codex is supposed to be special, supposed to be unique. I think that's quite lazy, in my opinion, just to sort of copy and paste and put them in here. I would have thought that the layout and things would be different. I don't know what will happen. Like I said, the next codex will have, look at this new format, and then I'll have a picture or whatever, and basically we're going back to the codex of, you know, the last edition. So you got the Reaver squads, the aggressor squads, right? So you got the aggressors, you got the Terminators, Terminator Assault Squad, Cataphracti Terminator Tartarus. So you got 2 different types, which is great. The Vanguard Veterans, Stern Guards, Dreadnoughts, Ironclad, Venerable. How many Dreadnoughts do we need now? Contemptor even, and then a Redemptor. And then you've got Centurion Assault Squads, which are elites, Bite Squads, Assault Squads, Land Speeders, Attack Bike, Scout Bike, Inceptors, or squad containing 6, can be split into 3, Devastators, Centurion Devastators, Hellblasters. So this is the thing, you've got the Assault Plasma Incinerators, your Heavy Plasma Incinerators, and then your normal Plasma Incinerators. And you've got Thunderfire Cannon, Hunter, Stalker, Whirlwind Predator, Vindicator Land Raider, Land Raider Crusader, Redeemer. See, that's what I'd rather have, even if it's just a picture of a force, I'd rather have that on every page. But there we go. Rhino, Razorback, Drop Pod, Land Speeder Storm, Repulsor, this is the main Repulsor, tank, it's heavily armed, Stormhawk Interceptors, Gunship, Storm Talon Gunship, and then Rubute Gulliman, which I really think should have been right at the front. Then you've got the Armoury, so you've got all the weapons with the strength, the AP and the damage, and you've got quite a few pages of those. Ranged weapons, melee weapons. Again, I preferred the sort of light blue or whatever they used, not a grey, because your eyes are sort of drawn to that grey backing. Well, mine are anyway. But then you get a picture of this, and then that is the old Thunderhawk. Maybe they didn't have the new Thunderhawk ready and painted, or maybe they just chose to use the old Thunderhawk. A bit more about Sons of Primarch. You got stratagems, Warlord traits, chapter relics, Librarius discipline, tactical objectives, and some more pictures, and then points values as well. And some points for the weapons. So yeah, looks okay. I mean, I do like the first sort of section, the big fluff section. I think that's going to be very enjoyable to read and to have a look at. And it's going to be nice to look at the rules of the individual units and things. So that was my unboxing and first look at the Codex Adeptus Astartes Space Marines. Very Primaris heavy. I'll try and get a review out as soon as I can. I'll try and get one out for Wednesday, but if not, it'll probably be the week after. Anyway, thanks ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.